Greetings, Southside Church of the Nazarene. Saying that name, Southside Church of the Nazarene, just rolls off the tongue for me because I had the chance to grow up there as well as pastor there, and I consider it such a privilege for me to be able to share with you today. Pastor Jen and Johnny, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this. Friends, you are in good hands with Pastor Jen and Johnny. So the passage for today is actually found in Luke 15, 1-3. Now, Luke 15 there are these three parables that take place. And this passage that I'm going to read is right at the very beginning, and it sets the whole stage. It says this: Now the tax collectors and sinners were all gathering around to hear Jesus, but the Pharisees and the teachers of the law muttered, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Then Jesus told them this parable. So you can picture with me, you have the scene set. There are people gathered, people of all different sorts. We have tax collectors, we have sinners, we have the disciples, we have the Pharisees. They've all gathered and they're all asking the question, who is this man? Who is this person? Who is Jesus? What is his story? What's his mission? What is he up to? Everybody's got an agenda. And then in this story, or as in this parable, he starts to open up all sorts of things about what it means to be welcomed into the kingdom of God. I don't know about you, but I know for myself, if I had been listening in, my mind would have been blown by what's going on. Because we have three stories following after this introduction that change how we perceive reality. We have a father who demonstrates radical, and I mean radical love. We have a widow who searches endlessly for a coin, and then we have the man who goes looking for the sheep. He leaves the 99 and goes after the one. All of these things in this story paint a picture of the radical nature of who Jesus really is. People don't like it, some people love it, some people are confused by it, but at the end of it all, you cannot ignore that Jesus is up to something. He grabs your attention. That's what I love about parables as well. Jesus teaches in parables so that it bypasses our logic. It hits our hearts. Stories have that way about them where we can find ourselves in the story, feeling the emotions of the characters, and get caught up in it. And as we enter into the story, it begins to shape us and transform us. Next thing we know, we are desiring to live the same life, to live out the story that God has for us as individuals and as families. Imagine a family that has heard these parables and is transformed by them. What kind of family is that? It's an exciting family. It's a family filled with hope and opportunity, grace, and generosity. These parables, the tax collectors, they didn't know. They didn't know what to expect, but they were hungry. The sinners, they knew they were sinners. They didn't know what to expect, but they were hungry. And well, the Pharisees and the teachers, they thought they had it figured out. And Jesus transforms and frustrates and actually disappoints them. However you see Jesus, you cannot walk away unaffected by his presence. His stories, his parables, they grab our hearts, they transform us. And so for you and for me, may we see life through the stories that Jesus gives us. May we ultimately find ourselves living out and living this story. We have such good news. We have parables that tell us that God is radical in his love. He is generous beyond measure. The love that he has for you, church, it reaches far and wide, and that gives us hope. It gives us a lot of hope. Well, it's been so good to just share this time with you. Mom, dad, family, friends, people from years and years ago. It is a joy to be able to share this time with you this morning. May God bless and enrich your day.